Good morning, everyone. How do you guys hear me today on the mic? Hope everything sounds clear this morning. Hey, Norm, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Carlos. How are you?
Good, good. Let me switch over to my headphones here
Good.
so we don't get no feedback. Here we go. Perfect. All right, excellent. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a good day yesterday. Welcome to the pre-market show. Happy Thursday. Let's see what the market has for us today. I like the gappers list already. Got quite a few on there with some pretty big moves. One up 7.8, another one down 12.3. I think that's Bed Bath and Beyond. So looking forward to see what that has for us today, and see what we can get out of the markets today. All right, so let's get into what happened yesterday. Let's look at our watch list yesterday. So here's what I had on watch. These ones on here. These were just possible to look at in the afternoon. Not really much going on there. I actually didn't really look at them throughout the mid morning. And someone asked a good question. Well, what is the mid morning? Usually an hour after the open. I want to say it's mid morning, like that 10:30 ish, right? To probably 11:30 before noon. I think that would be somewhat mid-morning. Will you guys agree with that, Norm, as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Right in
Yeah,
there.
excellent. So, all right, so let's get into it, guys. Let's see how some of the stocks traded yesterday. So let's start over with DAL. This is the one I traded yesterday. DAL was a good opening range breakdown. It did get a little bit funky around this area here, and I'll explain in a second. Let's get the 1 minute chart over here. Andrew also took some stats at this. His idea was right, just the timing was a little bit off. It gave him a hard time, but he was mentioning how it looked like it was going to sell off, and it eventually did. But the entry was what gave him a hard time. He had an entry in here and then here around this area, I believe, and it was tough to hold through this pullback. So I got an entry on this pullback here around the VWAP. When he pulled back to the VWAP, I got an entry right in here, a little bit lower, and that was able to survive this pullback here. And actually, he helped me stay in this trade because when I got in, I took partial off here. And then when it came back to my break-even point, I was ready to hop out of it. But then I started analyzing. He said, it looks like it's going to break down. He was reading the level 2. You had some bids coming in there. And also, what's below the move, the VWAP. So that's a sign. Let's wait till if it breaks the VWAP. It'll be a little bit above my break-even point. But, with the good entry and taking some out already, you can give it a little room. And glad I did because then we had this beautiful drop all the way down to this level down here. So, again, a little patience needed in this area here, but then eventually it did break down nicely in this area.
It's funny you guys took that short because I took that long with the bounce off the moving average on the 5 on that white candle.
Oh, this one here?
And then I realized that it wasn't going to make it through VWAP. Level 2 was telling me that I was saying things improperly. So I went ahead and got out of it. I think I got 6 cents on it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's good to have all those signals because you never know. We get the question like, well, how do you know this is a pullback and not a reversal? And again, you sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you just have to look at all the signals you have, and you're not going to be right every time. But again, this looks like a little bit more than a pullback, right? And then you realize quickly it was not a reversal, and you get out of it based on your signals. So again, you never know when you're going to be stuck in chop. You never know when something's going to be a pullback all the time, but you got to look at all your possible signals, and that's what Norm did there. So good job, man. So on AMD is again, I didn't really watch AMD. I don't know what this price action looked like. I had it on my list, but again, just seemed to be pretty choppy. But again, without me focusing on the price action at the open, I cannot tell you. But I remembered in the channel calling this breakout. So we had a nice little breakout here. It looks like we had somewhat of a double bottom, not quite. But this breakout was nice. We did call this out, and it went right through the high of the day. It just kept going. So again, even the SPY was actually not even selling up at this time. So I don't know what was causing this push here, but this was a nice push. We were able to catch this this breakout. You can see that making lower highs, higher highs here on the way up, and then it consolidates around the VWAP, and then the volume comes in, and you get this nice pop over here. Apple was very choppy. I was looking at Apple, it was very choppy. It kind of does a double top on the 1 minute, but again, I like the double tops a little later in the day, not so early on, because you don't know if these are actually just pullbacks and it's going to continue to trend higher. And it's not that far away from VWAP also. So usually the double top is when it's, I like when they're far away from VWAP to get back to VWAP, right? So that's a good strategy. And Norm, you taking those a lot throughout the afternoon, midday, when you take these double tops and get back to VWAP. But then here it's just it drops off, comes back up. So again, it's just very difficult to trade right at the open. It was really not clean. Maybe you could take a few scalps, but again, just a tough trade to take. Huya was definitely the trade of yesterday. I mean, if you guys, this was a clean, beautiful opening range breakdown. It actually was a good 2-minute opening range breakdown, which I don't usually take. Actually, not usually. I don't take at all. I've been watching it though and trying to see how can I get into that 2-minute opening range breakup, and we'll talk more about that in our class 4 next week, Tuesday, I believe. So check the calendar on this 2-minute opening range breakdowns and breakout. But here, perfect breakout, leaves all the moving averages. And it just drops nicely. In this case, if you waited for the 5-minute, you could still had a good entry, but you had to be patient, right? You get this huge pullback here to the point that you start thinking, is it really a pullback or not, right? I mean, this is pretty far out. But the good thing about it, you're still below VWAP. So if you see the hesitation here, the loss of momentum on the way up, you can easily take a short here and write this down, maybe around the 6-7 minute mark all the way down here. So again, just a beautiful trade, but Andrew caught this really early on. A lot of you guys took advantage of this as well. So excellent, you were able to make money on this. So just a beautiful drop, had good momentum, beautiful clean 1-minute chart on Huya. And then you got a bounce. You got a somewhat of a double bottom, and you got a pretty bounce here all the way back to VWAP, and then it just kind of gets choppy for the rest of the mid-morning. Next we had was Tesla. Tesla was very, very choppy. Had a good pre-market action, and that's what made us put into our watch list. But then at the open, just became pure chop. Again, just very choppy here. All these candles, all these wicks, just not really tradable. And again, it's just I can't see how you would take this long and short here. Now, what happens sometimes? Let's say you're not looking at this, right? You don't know what's going on in this area. This is all blanked out. You're in this candle. You see this huge wick coming right up. The next candle opens, you might want to think, hey, this is probably going to continue going towards the high of day. And if you did get into that trade, that's a good trade. The issue is here, you don't know when chop is going to happen. As long as you have your backup plan where your stop is going to be, just jump out of it. But if you got caught in this, that's not bad trading. Don't lose your confidence. It's just sometimes things are just not going to work out, because this right here was a very strong signal that the buyers want to sell this. I want to move this up and buy this up, so it's pushing it up here. But again, it just doesn't materialize. So don't lose confidence when you get stopped out and when you follow your plan, right? That's important. Follow your plan. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen next in this area here, but as long as you got your plan in place and yeah, Tom, hopefully you didn't Christmas tree shop this thing. Yeah, that's important. All right, guys, and then the other one we had was IMPX. IMPX didn't do much. It had a beautiful pre-market action, again, popping up nicely, tons of volume. At the open, just seemed very choppy. You did get a little push here, but then again, just kind of sold off and didn't really do much for the rest of the day. RSNE, I also was watching this one. Again, strong pre-market action as well. Not as much volume as IMPX, but again, just pure chop at the open, just not clean, and the volume was really not there. Once they lost the volume, I just stopped looking at it. All right, guys, let's see what we have for today. We have quite a bit here. Let's start with VKTX. So VKTX, we traded this one in the past. Definitely it's been in our watch list before. So let's get in here to see what we have going on today. So 565,000 shares traded so far, 8.1. So that's nice. Let's get rid of some of these old levels. And here we have a decent daily chart. Not great, but I like where it's at now. It's up 8.1, trying to leave this level here, the high of a couple of days ago. And we got some clean levels we can find here. So let's see how the pre-market action looks on the one. Yeah, that's a clean pre-market action if you look at it. Volume is spread out. You got a nice little flow here going. You're building a trend here. So it has a very clean pre-market action. I like the way it looks now. What's the float on this one? 50 million. So it's not a low float. Definitely tradable. All right, let's keep that on there. X is known to be choppy, and X was in play a couple of days ago. I can still have the levels on here. And I remember watching it at the open, and it actually traded okay. Not too bad, but again, I didn't trade this one. But today it looks like, again, it just starts off very choppy in the pre-market action. Look at this action here. It is a nice stock. 185,000 shares traded so far. And we do have shares for sure. So we'll keep it on here. I like the daily chart. It looks very weak over the last couple of days. How does the daily levels look? Might be able to find some level. It hasn't been down here in a while. So it lost this support that it had here. It came back here back in December and bounced back. And now we're cracking that low. And wow, when's the last time we've been down here? Okay, so looks like it might even be the 52-week low. Yeah, 52-week low for sure. and then we have some levels in this area here. All right, so X is in an interesting situation. I do like the daily chart. Very choppy in the pre-market right now, but that's normal nicey stock stuff, the way they act. Tesla down 3.3, 538,000 shares traded so far. Not a clean pre-market action at the moment. Got a really weird candle right in the middle of all the action. Daily chart is funky though. Let's get rid of some of these levels. Daily chart, right? I mean, look, it's coming up, down, up, down. I mean, what are we doing here? So not a clean daily chart. And Tesla, for me, Tesla trades very choppy, guys. I don't find a good way to trade Tesla, even when it was one of the stocks that's really in play. To me, it's just very difficult to trade. But again, interesting daily chart here. I mean, again, we grind up and then back down, grind up and then right back down again. So we'll look at it. We'll get some levels for it. But again, it's just one of those stocks that I am. If you could trade something else, definitely do so. It just seems to be very choppy and difficult to trade. Unless you're someone that already watches Tesla quite often, right? There's people that watch these stocks every single day and they learn their patterns, they learn their characteristic of that stock, and they're able to tell when they're getting into a good move or not, you know. And that's also a way to trade, which I find interesting, right? Some people that just watch their regular 6 stocks every day. Here and there, they might put in a few stocks in play, but they're just watching those 6 and waiting for moves like a AMD, MU, JD, SQ. These stocks are usually typically in play with volume. All right, so let's see what we got going on over here on WTW. So this is one that I have traded way back when, actually. And in this one, I have this was one where I actually averaged down pretty bad, like 5 times back in the beginning of last year when I first started trading. And it actually paid off. It created a real bad habit, because it paid off and then some. And I remember
that's the problem. That's the problem with averaging down. It works too often.
Oh my God! And when it works, it doesn't even give you back a break even. It gives you more than that. I mean, it was a huge winner for me starting out, and I think this is one that created that bad habit. And then from that, I kept doing it, and it's just, you know, you just kept losing. Now the losers are horrible. When you lose, oh man, you give back 2 or 3 days of profit. So even more,
or your entire account.
Oh, exactly. So glad I'm over that demon. But WTW in play today, back down again here. Actually, see, it already has me nervous just looking at it. I'm already putting levels. Not even time to put levels yet. What am I doing? All right, 197,000 shares traded, 5.8 right now, gapping down. Daily chart looks good. Seems like we were down here before a couple of days ago. We were looking at it, but daily chart is very choppy though. So let's see if it wants to lose this level. This seems to be a very strong level right in here. So let's see what it wants to do in that area. So WTW is all right. BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. What do we have here? So Bed Bath & Beyond is gapping down 12.6. Wow. Horrible daily chart. I mean, it's just been all over the place. It was down here, gapped up, just went flat. It looked like it was grinding higher a little bit and then just loses it again. So again, just not a very clean daily chart, but it is down 12.4 today. We have looked at this one in the past. It's got some good volume, 930,000 shares traded at the moment. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Anything else on our gappers list? I think that's it. Yep, that's it for now. Let's look at Nasdaq active and Nasdaq gainers. So on the gains, we have FTFT. FTFT right now taking off 270,000 shares traded. I know we traded this one in the past. Yeah, so it's 24 million shares flow. It's not low flow, but the price is very low. So you got to be very careful on this one. We're going to throw this down into our risky pile down here, FTFT. All right, so it's up 100%, 270,000 shares traded. Beautiful pre-market action right now. Let's see if it gets a pullback and it gets into a nice rhythm. In the past, reviewing the daily chart, looks like when we do get the volume, we do run. We got some volume here. Nice day. It's been pretty flat for the last couple of days. And then here again, more volume, and you get a nice little pop. So it is not a stranger to taking off with volume. Today could be one of those days because we're already above the normal trading, almost close to the normal trading of this stock, right? So this is normal trading volume. We're just in the pre-market, and looks like it's about to get over that. So that could be a good sign there. This is going to be in play today. Next we have GLG. So GLG, also a good pre-market action. Tons of volume, 2.1 million shares traded. Let's take a look at what do we have here? So this here is our flow 5.38, so very low flow. We'll throw it down here. It's got some good volume. It's got a good pre-market action at the moment. As you can see here, it's just grinding higher, up 47%. So yeah, this will be in play today. FRSH, it looks like a buyout. 4.1 million shares traded, up 30%. But this is what a buyout looks like. Just again, pretty flat around one price. So if someone could confirm that on Benzinga, that would be great. I'll move on to the next one. VKTX, we have, again, beautiful pre-market action here. This looks great. SPCB, not much going on here. Next, we have NK. NK's no action. MTFB, not much going on. HJLI, nothing happening. PES, PET, no, nothing happening here. And NDRA, not much going on. So in the next column, FRSH also, again, we just looked at this one. Looks, this is a buyout, right? Yep. All right, so it is a buyout. Perfect. GLG, we have. BBBY, we have as well. Eric is always on this list here, but again, really not tradable. Look at this daily chart. Look at this pre-market action. So it's just not tradable. It has 894,000 shares traded. But again, it just seems to all be block trades. Look at these massive trades in here and the time and sales as well. Just really not tradable. Next, we have BKTX. We have already Tesla. We have down here, those very difficult to trade Tesla. I usually just stay away from it. ZZR, what's going on, ZZR? 451,000 shares traded. Not the best daily chart, but it's all right. It's not the cleanest. What's the flow in ATR on this?
I do like the break above the 200 on the daily right there. That looks interesting.
Yeah, right? It kind of looks like it's just been inching its way up here. We got some clean levels up here as well. Okay, so it's a large flow, 664,000 shares, a million shares, million share flow. All right, so yeah, we can definitely watch this. Needs more volume though. Well, not more volume. It's a better pre-market action because it does have 451,000 shares traded, but that has not created a good pre-market action here. So hopefully it can get better. Let's keep it on here for now. We do like the daily chart. It is up 2.7. So what we like about the daily chart, Norm called this out, also just this moving average coming down here, getting above that. You have a very clean level we can get to here as well. And it looks like it doesn't move much, so you'll be able to manage your risk on this. You have to take a little more shares, but you'll be able to manage your risk, and you have shares for short as well. What else we have? AMD. AMD is doing its own thing right now. 417,000 shares traded. Not much going on. They didn't trade that well yesterday, so not inclined to looking at it today. But that's what happens. I won't look at it today, and today will be a great day. TVIX is about volatility index here, so we're not going to look at that one. Then FTFT we have already consolidating now around this moving average. So let's see what it does. It has some great volume at the moment. All right, so let's take some questions. So Gabriel is asking, why don't you like trading low flow stocks? So it's not that we do not like trading low flow stock. I think there is a niche in the low flow stock trading, but it's just not our style. It's not what we focus on. So I think for anyone starting out to day trade, if you start with the low flow, I think the learning curve is a lot higher, and you just got to find really what your niche is. So I know a lot of great low flow traders that are really good at trading low flows, and that's all they do. But it's a different niche. You know, the risk I think is a lot higher for anyone starting out. I think starting out with mid to large cap, and then eventually dabbling into the low flows a little bit, like the way we do here, right? We will look at some low flows out here and there, maybe take a trade with less amount of shares, but that's not going to be my bread and butter, right? My bread and butter is the opening range breakdown, breakup. That's where I'm consistent. That's where I make the most money on. That's the one I can identify clearly and know I have good probabilities. With low floats, I think for me, if you look at a good low flow really good low float traders, they don't trade every day. They'll trade like once a week, twice a week when they have a really good move, and their risk management is unbelievable, right? Those are the really, really good ones. They're not trading this every day because these opportunities don't happen every day. Now on the mid and large caps, you could find opportunities almost every day, right? And it's just a different style of trading. So not to say anything negative about low floats, we just don't focus on them here as the main part of our community. All right, cool. What do you guys have on your end? So right now we have a bit of an okay list, not so bad. We got some stuff here that can actually get going. We got some tickers here like VKTX that are looking pretty nice here, doing a nice flow. We got shares to short as well. No, I don't think this is a low flow. VK,
No, it's like 50 million.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's not a low flow. This is a 50. Yeah, there you go. So not a low flow there. X is it's again, it's pretty flat right now, but X could really move if it can get going. So usual pre-market action stuff on an IC stock. What do we have on this one here? Tesla right now, just pretty flat, pretty ugly, really. WTW, we'll see what this does. Right now, I like the daily chart on WTW is down 5.6, and you got a nice support here that it can either bounce from or lose it and really drop. So I do like this daily chart on WTW right now. BBY has a really weird daily chart, but it's interesting where it's at now. Down 12.2, got some good volume. We could play both ways, long and short, so that's interesting. We can find some good clean levels in here as well. All right, guys, what else you guys have? What are you guys watching on your end that we don't already have here?
Well, so I'm watching 5. It doesn't have anywhere near the volume that it needs right now, but I like the daily and I like the gap up, and it's getting close to an all-time high. So it might. I'm looking to see if maybe it breaks out and some volume comes in later.
Yeah, no, it's got a really nice daily chart. You can see this pop over here. So this all-time high here, right here, or
it will be. It's like 136, I believe, somewhere in that range.
Yep, right here, 136 something. Okay, cool. No, yeah, this is interesting. It's got a good daily chart. What's the news on this? Does it have any news, or it's just?
I think it's just a technical breakout more than anything else. Gotcha. That's why I don't think it really has the volume now, but it might come in later.
Sweet, man. We'll throw it on here. We'll find some levels. Yeah, it has a really nice daily chart in here. All right, what else we got? We got Fast. Yeah, Fast got the same style as well. Are they these stocks related? But also same situation here. It's popping up nicely, up 2.8. So this also could be a possible as well. We'll throw this down here for a possible later on.
And also, David pointed out, and I can't believe I forgot, but Disney DIS, they're announcing their streaming platform today. So that'll likely be in play later. I know it's been moving pretty well the last several days as well.
Yeah, it's been having a real nice bounce here on Disney. So yeah, let's throw this down here as well. We can look at that also. JP Morgan upgraded 5 overnight as well. Good. That's good. All right, guys. Anyone on YouTube? Any stocks you're watching this morning? Great question. So, what markets do we use in our scanners? And I think you're talking about exchanges. Yeah, NASDAQ and NYSE, and then we have an American exchange too, but we don't really trade a lot of stuff from there.
It's very rare, yeah. And I'll say, as far as OTC stuff, well, I've never seen us trade any OTC stocks.
No,
they're very unpredictable and don't have the regulations or anything like that are the same. So
yeah, and the strategies that we're teaching and trading are really effective on the NYSE and the NASDAQ stocks. Anything outside of that, they don't work as well, or even other markets. It's all different. All right, cool, guys. Let's get into this list. We have one more here from Jen. CTRE. CTRE right now. Let's see what's going on. It's got a little bit of volume. It's got an interesting daily chart. Yeah, it's got an interesting daily chart. It looks like it doesn't want to sell off here. It's really holding this moving average. So it's really holding this moving. So it's got an interesting daily chart. It looks like it might want to pop here. This could be a good one for later on today. Right now, I don't see the volume on it. CTRE. How do you find this stock? Have you been watching this one for a while, or? Let's remove here. Oh, delete CTRE. Yeah, interesting to see how that trades today. CTRE. There we go. All right. Yeah. So Fast here. See what that does. GLGL is coming back down a little bit. FTFT is it's kind of stopped right here, taking a break, seeing what it wants to do next, doing a bit of a pullback here. All right, guys, let's get through this list and let's see if let's find some levels and see what we want to keep. So let's start with VKTX. So VKTX high of the pre-market right now, sitting at 1140. So we'll mark that down. Above this, let's see what levels we have. Above this 1140. All right, so in this area right here, We have this possible 1240 in there, and then we also have another one all the way up here at 13. I don't think the stock moves that much, so we have 1140. I would like to that's the high of the pre-market, right? 1140. I'd like something a little closer. Because I don't think this thing is going to move that much, but you know what? I'm not just gonna make up levels. 1212 is the best one we have, and after that 1376. So we have 1212. Let's see if we can get up there. Towards the bottom we have I'm gonna mark this day here because this 1094, I know the price action is around that area, but that 1094 could be some support. It was the high of a couple of days ago, so that can add some support right now. And actually, if you look at the pre-market action, we tested it once here, one more time here, and we're popping back up now. So let's see what that 1094 can do for us. Below that, we have the previous day high right in this area here, and then we have the previous day high as well from yesterday and 2 days ago. Yesterday is sitting right around the low of the pre-market, so that's a good level in there. So I don't think we need to add anymore. We also have a moving average coming in here with the bottom of this day over here as well, in case we need something below the previous day close. We got this day here, 968, also with this moving average coming in. I don't think we'll drop that way, but the great thing about VKTX is it's we have available shorts on here, so we can play it both ways. So looking pretty active right now, 867,000 shares traded, definitely in play. Beautiful pre-market action. Look at the volumes just coming in, staying consistent here and building a nice flow. That's what we like to see. X is pretty flat. This is regular pre-market action for a nicey stock like X. So let's find some levels for it. It looks like it traded well yesterday. Sold off the last 2 days. All right, what we have here. So low of the pre-market, 1643. What do we have? So below here, we haven't been down here in a while, so that also makes this interesting as well. Let's go back. Just want to get at least one level below here, just in case we decide to head down. All right, we got some levels in here. Here we go. So we're going really back now. Not sure how strong or how relevant this level is going to be, but it's the best one that we have. 1583. It's the next one below this 1644, which is the low of the pre-market. So towards the top, I don't think you need any. You have plenty. You have previous high of the pre-market, previous day low, previous day close, all in this area around 1725. So yes, you got plenty of levels in that area as well. So let's see how X reacts today. Again, has two really red days yesterday. We do have shares for short. Let's just look how it traded yesterday. Just want to take a look. So I actually had a good opening range breakdown. This was very nice. It came choppy after that, but then it sold off once it hits the VWAP. Actually didn't trade that bad at the open. So let's hope we get that type of day today, long or short. Tesla, again, the daily chart is a little funky. I'm probably not going to watch Tesla. It just doesn't trade well for me. Low of the pre-market sitting at 263.20. Below this, we have this day over here at a 261, and then a clean level right in here at a 254. I don't think we'll get there, but that's a very clean level. Might as well mark it down. Then towards the top, the software has done the job for us. Previous day low sitting in here, previous day low from yesterday in here, previous day close all in here. So all in this area, plenty of levels based on the daily markings you have from your chart. So let's just see what it does. Got a weird candle in here as well. So we'll see. Just not a fan of Tesla right now. WTW is not the cleanest pre-market action, but I do like that it's down 6.1. I do like the daily chart. Look at the support we have here. I'm mark down the low of the pre-market. We're sitting at what, 1922. So we'll mark that down. So that 1922 has been a serious support for WTW. As you can see here, it just continues to bounce right off that. We're back at it again after trying to leave this area. Now we're back down 6.1 right at this level again. So that could be interesting. Let's find a level below that. I did not mean to put that one there, so I'll delete it. Oops. 1922. See what we could find something below here, if we have anything below here. Is this okay? We do have an area in here, so let's find a few levels just in case we sell off nicely here. So we're sitting right at that low of the pre-market right now. This one's definitely a support right in here, 1888, and then below here we can mark down this day over here, 1791. All right, so we got two levels towards the bottom, that 1922. Let's see if it can hold up today. Again, doesn't have the best pre-market action, not the best volume, but I do like the daily chart, so I want to watch this one today and see what it's going to do here. Are we going to get a bounce? And usually the bounce tends to be aggressive, as you can see here. or are we going to drop this 1922? BBBY, again, funky daily chart, but I like that it's down 11.5 today. So let's get some levels in here. 1881, high of the pre-market. Low of the pre-market, look at this 1692. Look how that support is reacting. That support has been support for the last couple of days before it had this pop over here. So that could be a good support as well. Right below that, we have another one right in here, this one here. And then you could possibly mark down this one all the way down here, 1636. 1660 and 1636. Because BBBY, why am I marking these so close? You might be asking. I don't think the stock moves much, right? It doesn't move a lot. So if you get a couple of cents in here, that's you want to take your money to the bank on that. Then below that, you have several moving averages towards the bottom down here, and you could play those as well. Towards the top, we already marked down the previous day high. The high of the pre-market, 1780. Then above that, you have around 18. You have the low and high from 3 days ago, and then from yesterday as well up here. All right. So plenty on there. It's bouncing off that 1692 now. Let's see what it does when it hits all these moving averages here. CZR. Daily chart is interesting. The volume, again, it's just not a good pre-market action. Let's find some levels, but I probably would drop this one as well as Tesla. High of the pre-market, 960. Above this, you have another one in here, 981. Let's stay right in here. Below this, you have your previous day, your low of the pre-market, but you also have this day over here. I like this one better. This one, 924. You also have a moving average coming in right in that area. So I like that one instead of the low of the pre-market. Then below that, you have all the high and lows from yesterday. You have your previous day close. You have some moving averages coming in here. Let's see if it can even get to the previous day close. But right now, the volume is not looking great. So this will be one to drop today if it doesn't get something nice going here. All right, and 5, we like the daily chart on 5. Let's look at this all-time high, by the way, right here, 136.03. Or within that area. High of the pre-market, 134.50. Towards the bottom, kind of sitting right at this level that we have here. I would have marked that level. The price action is right on it. I'm going to mark it anyways. 133.70. And then below that, you have this 132.19 because you have these two days over here creating a double top. And then low of the pre-market, we can mark that down. If you look at the low of the pre-market, 130.35, also confirmation here on this day that it could be a possible good support area. All right, it needs more volume. So fiber, I'm going to watch later on today. It does need more volume. It's not getting it now, but it is interesting that, the daily chart is interesting as Norm called it out, and also is up 3% and very close towards the high of the all-time high. All right, what else, guys? What else do we have? Oh, let's look at FTFT. So FTFT, we have a high of 192 at the moment. Possible level right in here, 129. Another one right in here, 158. It's all towards the bottom, just in case we drop. Possible fallen angel situation. In here, we're sitting right at a level. I'm going to mark it down, 178. 179 or 180. That's a possible level in here. I know the price is right there now, but I'm gonna mark that down because that's interesting. And then another clean level all the way up here at $2. You got to pop at $2 here, and then all the way up here as high as 220, 226. All right, so plenty of levels in here. Let's see what this thing does. Right now, it's got some really good volume. It's kind of had a nice pop. Now it's kind of consolidating now between these two levels, 192 and 158. So let's see if it can break over the high of the pre-market and crack this 203. So this 203 is the level from before. Let's see if it can get above that. All right, then GLG. What's going on? GLG is losing steam here. So if we look at the high of the pre-market sitting at 317. We have this level over here possible, 267 as well. Mark that down. See what we have towards the top. All right, little spike over here at 333. And what else we have? And then we have above this 333, we can possibly have one in here around 374. Does not look like it wants to get there. Selling off a bit now, hitting the VWAP. So let's see what it does in this area. High is 317. Let's see if we can get back over there. It's got some good volume. 2.3 million shares traded right now. So let's see how that develops. All right, so we had an okay list. Not everything looks great. VKTX, I like the volume and flow on VKTX. This looks good. X also looks not as great. It's got a good daily chart. We got some good levels here, so we'll see how it opens up. But not really a fan of it right now. Tesla, I just don't like. I'm just gonna get rid of Tesla now, guys. I'm really not a fan of Tesla at the moment. WTW, I do like WTW. I like the daily chart on here. Again, that 1922 has been a good support for the last couple of weeks. Let's see if we can crack that down, and we have some levels down here we can possibly test. BBBY bouncing back nicely from that 1692 now. So again, with trading within this range right now, it's got some good volume. Look at the volume, 1.2 million shares at the moment. So volume is starting to pick up. If we can keep that consistency, we can have a really nice open, hopefully. CZR, not doing much, got some volume, but again, just all sitting in these block trades. So again, not a good pre-market action. Yeah, I might drop this one as well. Yep, actually, I'm going to get rid of this one too. I'm probably going to watch less today, but that's okay. Here we go. Norm, anything else you see on your end that possibly looks good?
No, nothing yet that I haven't already told you about.
Yeah, some people are calling out JD. So JD has an interesting daily chart. Not a good pre-market action right now. We could wait for JD to hit our scanners. So we'll find one more level towards the bottom. You have this one over here around 29.46 because it looks like it wants to sell off based on the daily charts, kind of put in a double top, and we're back at this support level right where the low of the pre-market is sitting at. So let's see what it does. Let's see if it hits our scanners and we can get a trade towards the downside. Somebody says Pablo's telling us Lyft is on a free-for-all. On a free-for-all fall. Let's see what's Lyft doing. Oh, Lyft. Yeah, I mean, I just think Lyft is not really tradable. I had a really bad day yesterday. Anybody trade this yesterday? Oh man, I missed this. Look at that. That is a nice drop. Beautiful open range. 15, 5, 10, whatever you're looking at, you could definitely would have taken this short. But again, I'm saying that now after the fact, right? Again, Lyft, the price action on Lyft is horrible. We tried taking stabs at it. When was it? A couple of days ago when it first came out, or second day or something. Well, not me personally, but I've seen other people try to trade it, and it just doesn't trade well. I mean, yesterday was very nice. Not that much volume. Probably that's why what helped it was not that much volume as it was selling off. But the last couple of days, man, the volume has been incredible.
Yeah, well, and another problem is a lot of people don't have shares for short. I'm showing 250,000 for IB right now, I believe.
Right.
But like I see you don't. Yep. One of the guys in the room that trades with Schwab says he hasn't had any shares for short. So
yeah, it's gonna be hard to short this. And again, it's just the price action is just really all over the place, not predictable. And right now, you don't have a lot of levels in history to go on. These moving averages don't really mean anything right now when you opened up, a couple of days ago. So we'll have to wait for this one to settle down. I see some of you guys that traded Lyft and you got killed. Yeah. I don't see how you could trade this well, right? It's just not predictable. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else we have? All right. I think that will do it for us. Let's see. So VKTX, we have X. Again, X not a good pre-market action. Hopefully gives us a nice day like it did yesterday. WTW like the daily chart, breaking this 922, and BBBY bouncing off this 1692. Let's look at some of our favorites. What is Facebook, Apple? What are these guys doing today? Let's see what Facebook is up to. Facebook, pretty flat today. Not much going on. Apple, let's see what Apple's doing. Same. And let's take a look at 5. Yeah, I do like 5. Actually, no, I couldn't place 5. I have space. I can place 5 on my list here. I have room, which I took off some other ones that were just not looking great at all. And 5 is actually interesting. It just needs to get more volume, right? But I'll watch 5. I got room for 5 here. All right, excellent. All right, so I got that. Let's just give me 1 second. All right, excellent. IB has a tends to be spread. Yep, yeah, the spread. That's true. Mickey, I'm assuming you're talking about Lyft, and yes, the spread could be horrible as well on Lyft. We've seen that as well. All right, guys. So this is my list so far: VKTA, X, WTW, BBY, and 5. Again, a lot of stuff not here, not looking great. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna see. We still got a few more minutes before the open. Andrew's gonna come on and do his list. Brian will also post his watch list. I'll see what those guys are watching, see if they have anything better than what me and Norma are coming up with here, and we can always make changes as we go. See if anything else pops up into our scanners. Norm, so how are we staying with the challenge? We got some new updates and new news on the challenge. We want to inform you guys and keep you updated.
Yeah, so Carlos, could you go to the challenge page real quick and share that while I start? So we sent out an email last night to everybody that's already enrolled. We have pushed back the start of the challenge. The practice week will begin a week from this coming Monday. Good Friday is next Friday. There were some people, we received some feedback that weren't going to be able to participate because of taking time off around Easter or Good Friday or any of that. So we decided to go ahead and push it back a week. And we also received a lot of feedback since the last challenge about trying to make it more about consistency. And so what we've done is we've instituted a new, and it is for the whole challenge. It's not just second place. It is, it's going to be based on consistency. You can see there's some rules up there and some examples. Essentially, each day, the top P&L that day will be awarded points. The top 10 will be awarded points ranking each day. So the P&L net for that day. While it doesn't completely eliminate somebody trading low floats or anything of that nature, in order to win, you would really have to trade and just kill those every single day, which is very difficult, if not impossible to do. And then some other things, if you win, let's say the first 3 or 4 days and then blow up your account, then that disqualifies you if you have a negative P&L for the week. So anyway, so take a look at the page. You can get to it on our homepage there. If you have any questions, email us at challenge@bearbulltraders.com. And we've also, since we pushed it back a week, we've extended the sign up period. So if you're interested, you can sign up. And if you have any thoughts or questions, email us at challenge@bearbulltraders.com. So thank you.
Excellent, guys. So again, we listened to a lot of your feedback and we made changes to hopefully make this challenge better. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. And see how the different points and equity curves look. I can't wait to see that equity curve. That's so interesting every time we get that report going. All right, guys. So this is what we have. Anything else before we log off from YouTube? Anything else you guys have? You guys in our chat room. No shares for sure on VKTX. That's weird. How many do I have? Yeah, it's very strange because if CME has it, IB should have it. That's strange that they don't. Good morning, Brian. How you doing? So Brian is just logging into our chat. Okay. Yeah, so VKTX. Strange that IB doesn't have shorts for that. They are really good with their shorts. All right, just looking around, see if anything else is hopping onto our scanners. Do we have anything else coming up in our NASDAQ gains, NASDAQ active here that we haven't looked at? But it looks like we might have covered everything that we have so far. So let's just go through this list one more time, and then we'll finalize this. So I like VKTX. I think it's going to be one of my favorite ones to watch today. It's pretty active. Love the volume. Spread is tight on this. Really nice float here. X, what do we have on X? X is starting to come alive a little bit here. So again, not a great pre-market action so far, but it's got a little bit of volume. So let's see what it does. I like the daily chart though. I gotta say again, it's been dropping here nicely. So not saying that I'm gonna go short at the open, but I'm gonna wait to see if it wants to bounce from here or not. It lost this support that it had a couple of weeks ago. So it lost that. Yesterday came right to it, right? So yesterday didn't want to lose that. It came right to it. and today looks like it might want to go lower or bounce. So we'll wait to see what happens there. WTW is still fighting with this 1922 level. It broke it a little bit now, but again, just looking really weak. But again, no short bias on any stock that you take today. It's just that this level here has been very strong for the last couple of weeks, so we're losing that now. Let's see if we can get down to that 1880 and crack that as well and head down to that 1791. That would be amazing. And then BBY pretty flat, but I do like the daily chart. I like this support that we have here, 1692. Again, it's just been holding that for the last couple of days here. And then 5 has a great daily chart. Not a good pre-market action right now, but it looks good on the daily, and we're getting close towards the high of the day. And then one more look at FTFT. Wow, FTFT is going here, breaking right through all these levels. What's the next level? We have 226 here. What's the next level we have on here? We might have to look for that now. Yep, we have another one here at 245, and then possible here all the way at 274. And the flow on FTF is 24, so it's not too much of a low flow, but it is lower price. So I have it down here because you have to be careful with the number of shares you take. So let's see. It's looking pretty good right now. I think I have way too many levels in here. Hold on. This looks too congested. Let's do this again. So I have the pre-market right now 226. We'll mark that. And then let's go back here. So I'm going to mark this one again, 203. And then in this area here, we have this one, 246. And then we have right in here between these two, 271. All right, that's a lot cleaner. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so that's our list for today. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Guys, definitely check out the challenge with the new rules and the new things we're putting together to make it more interesting and kind of promote consistency, right? That's what we're all about, promoting consistency in day trading. So take care, you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys. Thanks for joining us. Trade safe.